Hey guys, Ace is here from NetPlay Marketing, and today we're going to be talking about the top 3 ways for you to make $100 a day online as a broke individual. And so today what we want to do is I kind of want to just break down for you 3 different methods that you're able to make, regardless of whether you're a broke individual, and whether it doesn't matter really what age you're at either, right? This actually works for anybody of any age. It's really some of these ideas are very easy that you can go ahead and implement to start making some either additional income to hopefully maybe supplement your full-time job, but if you just want to make that extra income, or if you want to make this your full-time income, you could easily scale this up to that level. And so what I want to do, guys, is I want to share 3 different methods that you can actually use, and I'm going to take them in a specific order because what I want to do is I want to share with you, as you kind of progress throughout these stages, right? That if you're willing to put in maybe a little bit more work or put in maybe a little bit of money, once you kind of get going, then you'll be able to kind of scale this business up and make a lot more money. And so I kind of want to start off by starting like really easy and talk about the first method. So the first method, guys, is all about eBay. So what I want to do is I actually want to go ahead and jump in into eBay and actually share with you guys how this process works. Okay guys, so for this first method, all we're going to have to do is we're going to go on eBay, and what we're going to do is we're going to look for some products that maybe we want to sell and list here on eBay. Again, you don't need to actually purchase these products yourself. All we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking for products that people are, have already on eBay that people are promoting, and we're going to look for similar products that we could potentially sell. And ideally, if you're looking to make about $100 a day, you want to look for products that are probably going to be a little bit more expensive. So this could be things like furniture, for example. Those are going to be more expensive items that you could probably find. But you can also do this with maybe like selling a bunch of smaller products instead, right? So let's say if you only make maybe like $30 or $40 off a smaller product, you can also do that. So you sell maybe like 2 a day to make your $100 or whatever the case is, right? But in this case, what we're going to do is I want to try and see if I can find an example for you of, let's say, something like furniture that we can probably find. So I'm going to type in bunk bed here and see what comes up on eBay. So what we're gonna do is if you probably notice when you type in something like furniture, you're gonna see that all these pictures look pretty good, right? They look like they're straight out of a magazine or maybe off someone's website, right? And so that's kind of the idea, because people basically do take these pictures basically from websites or from other builders or other stores, and basically they just post them here on on eBay, and then they basically sell the exact same products. So let me show you guys exactly this. So let's see if we can find something here real quick. Let me click on this one and see if we can find a stock photo. Yes, so I'm going to look at this picture here, and I'm going to click on this, and what we're going to do is we're going to just right click on the image, and we're going to go search Google for images. So we're going to let Google do the hard work for us. So Google's going to go out there and he's going to look for basically other websites that have the exact same picture. So as I can see here, Wayfair.com has this particular picture. So I'm going to open this up in a new tab, and I'm going to see if I can match this up. So they have a bunch of different beds. So now the goal is we have to find the exact same one we were just looking at. Perfect. I think it's this one here, right? Let's go back to the main page. Yeah, that's the one, right? So that's the one that's being advertised here on eBay. And as you can see here, it's being listed at $430.92. This is Canadian, right? But whatever, it's going to be a conversion for you guys if you're in the States or wherever you're from. But the idea is exactly the same, right? So $430.92 is what it's being sold for here. And if I click over here, we see that it's actually sale price at $262.99. All right, guys. So as you can see, you're probably going to be able to make easily another 100 and whatever that is, 150 bucks, 170 bucks, right from this one product. Okay. And as you can see, there's 3 people watching, so there's obviously some interest in this product, right? So even if you sold this for a little bit cheaper, you can still make $100 just from selling this one product. Okay. And if you can see here, a lot of these websites, right, what's going to happen is they often offer free shipping for their stuff, right? They all they want to do is they just want to sell it. And so what we're going to do is basically what happens is we're going to list it here on eBay, and when somebody buys it from us, what we're going to do is we're just going to come over here to this website. We're going to fill out the contact info for the person, right, that is looking to buy their product, and then we're just going to ship it over to them, and boom, we just made ourselves an extra 100 bucks or 170 bucks, whatever it was, from selling this exact same product basically from here. Okay, and similarly, guys, we can do this for a ton of different products, right? You just got to do a little bit of research and find stuff that maybe that you're interested in, or you don't have to be interested in it, right? I'm not necessarily interested in bunk beds, but I know that it's a popular item that you can sell and you can make decent money on because it's a bigger ticket item. So something like furniture always tends to work well. But you can do things like toys, for example. You could do things with if you are an expert in like a certain area or a certain niche that you naturally like, then maybe you'll be able to spot deals or find deals. Or if you're kind of one of those people who just likes to look for kind of a deal hunter, you can easily use that and basically do this on eBay. So The one thing that I do want to tell you though is that because this method is relatively simple to do, like as you can see, like we kind of did this in like less than 5 minutes, right? We found a product that could potentially sell for over $160 in profit, right? If we sell it, right? So we can relatively do this, relatively simple, and so because this method is that that easy to do, anybody can do it. There's no barrier here. And so what's going to naturally happen is there's going to be a little bit of a higher level of competition, because, multiple people can be, promoting the exact same product. And just because of the way that eBay works, right? Because you can see, because it's a listing, type of website, right, where like literally just list individual products, even though this product and this product look exactly the same. This one's selling for $100 more than this one, but it's two different people here that are actually selling the exact same product, and they probably found it from another website, kind of like I just showed you, right? And so nothing is stopping these people from copying each other for the product, right? And they can just try and compete with each other. And I mean, don't get me wrong, there's people who do make a decent amount of money just doing this particular method on eBay. But I'm just saying that because the level of competition is so much higher because of the ease of entry, right? Once you maybe have made some money using this method, then you probably want to jump into the next method, which is the one that we're going to talk about in just a minute. All right, guys, so now that we've covered how you can actually make money, using eBay, right, you probably have seen that, it's relatively easy, right? It's a relatively easy process, and pretty much anybody can do it, and there's really a low barrier to entry, right? There isn't really much that somebody really needs to do to be able to make some money using eBay. But if you'd probably noticed, right, there's a lot of people that were actually using that method, right? People that were doing that kind of dropship method on eBay to be able to make money. And so what we want to do, though, is once you've maybe made some money with using eBay, you can probably go ahead and scale up to the next level, right? And the next level is basically trying to cut away some of that competition, because if you see on eBay, right, there's just a whole bunch of listings on there, and so that means that pretty much anybody who's looking for the product that you're trying to sell, right, there's going to be a whole bunch of different options. People can go ahead and go down that list, and because you don't really own the traffic, right, because you're not the person who you're not eBay, right? And so what happens is that people basically go ahead and go on eBay all the time. They have a lot of volume on there, but they also have a lot of people who are trying to sell on eBay as well, right? So the competition level is a lot higher than if you were to try and kind of cut that away. So the way that you want to do that, guys, is by putting in a little bit more work. And so what I mean by that, guys, is what you can actually do is you can go ahead and use the second method, which I want to talk about right now, which is actually kind of setting up a Shopify store. So that way you're going to be able to take some items, right? First off, I guess the main step that you want to do first is you want to find products that are actually selling well, right? I'm going to show you guys how you can actually go ahead and go about doing that, right? You want to do a little bit of research, find products that are actually selling. Then what you can do is you can go ahead and set up a Shopify store and then basically sell that way. And what this method allows you to do is it allows you to kind of remove that idea of competition and allows you to be in full control of your traffic, right? Being full control of the people, of your potential buyers, and takes it away from any competition, because you're basically narrowing it down, getting people's attention with the product and driving them straight to a Shopify store, where anything that they buy in that Shopify store is basically because of you, right? And so that way there isn't competition. There isn't multiple people selling the same thing. They clicked on it because you're selling that specific thing. All right, so let's jump in and let's talk about that. All right, guys, so here in this second method, what we're going to be doing, guys, is we're basically going to be eliminating the competition. And so what I mean by that is that we're going to do a little bit more work, and hopefully you guys are okay with that, because if you are willing to put in a little bit more work with this method, what's going to happen is you're going to be able to make substantially more money. And you'll probably see that as a trend. The more work you're willing to do, the more money you'll be able to make. So in this method, guys, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys how you can go about going ahead and building a Shopify store to go ahead and then sell your own product, right? So the first thing you want to do is you want to look up and do some research to find a product, kind of like we did with the eBay stuff, right? Do some research and find a product people are actually interested in and that people actually want to buy. And then what we're going to do is we're going to build a Shopify store around that, so you can go ahead and sell that product. Okay, so let's start off first off though by finding a product. So here what I did is, like, if there's tons of people out there that I'm sure they're very similar to me. I'm a dog lover, and so basically what I know is that dog lovers love their dogs, and they love anything to do with dogs because they're obsessed. Okay, and so basically what I did was I went ahead here and went on Facebook, and this is where we're gonna do our research. I mean, basically just typed in dog shirt, and a bunch of stuff kind of popped up. So what I want to do is I want to go to these public posts section, and I'm just going to click on see all. And what I'm looking for here, guys, on these posts is I'm looking for ones that have a lot of engagement, that have either like a lot of shares, a lot of comments, and stuff like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into these posts and see what kind of things people are saying about this product, right? And so if it's something that that's positive, then people are actually interested in, then obviously just gonna perk my ears up, and it's gonna make me want to go ahead and maybe promote that product. But if it doesn't get a lot of engagement or it's a lot of negative comments, then I'm like, okay, then we know that that's not something that we want to promote. So here I can see already from the search, right, the second one here already has a product, which is awesome. What I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to scroll through and see if there's anything else here that we might be able to look at. See, this one here has 37 comments and 559 shares. So this is probably a crazy one. So let's start off with this one first, though, and then we'll move on to that one. So I'm going to take a look here and open this post up and see what kind of happens. So perfect. So we can see the product here, and I'm looking at the comments, and in the comments you see people are asking, how much is this? How much does this cost? And so they're actually replying with how much, saying this person saying this is good. This is nice. So clearly there's buyer intent here. People are actually interested enough and like this shirt enough that they actually want to buy it. Okay, so there's obviously that interest. So that's already gotten my interest already, right? Because I know people are interested and that they will actually probably want to buy this thing. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to open up the link here, guys. And my guess is probably going to take me to some sort of an online store, probably a Shopify store, but I could be wrong. So okay, perfect. Here we go. So we're on their website. And this looks like it definitely looks like an e-commerce store, but it is, definitely a Shopify store. So there it is. Okay, guys. So as you can see, basically what this person is doing is they're driving people over because of this one product. But then once they're here, they're suggesting other products. And I mean, people who like crazy shirts like this one, they might like ones that are similar, right? They're going to be other different types of shirts here, and so the chances are they might buy another product, right? Especially if you give them a promotion. For example, let's say if they buy a shirt, they get 20% off a second shirt or 50% off a second shirt or something like that, right? And so the idea here though is that you're driving people, and once people are here though, these products here that are listed, these are all by the same person, right? Unlike on eBay, remember how there was a list there of products, but it's from a bunch of different people, right? So the competition is high. Here, there is no competition. It's everything that you want to sell somebody, right? You don't necessarily have to have a store like this, guys. You can make it really, really simple and only sell the one product. But if you give people chances to buy more products, they might buy more products though as well. Okay, so I'm just giving you guys an example here though of what you could potentially do. So then here, people can basically buy. So what I want to do, guys, is I want to take this a step further and see maybe if I can find where this person is actually buying their products from, right? Some of these people, let's say for who have t-shirts, they design them themselves or they get somebody to design it for them, but chances are this person didn't. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing I did when I did the eBay thing. I'm going to go ahead and search Google, okay, and see what Google will show me. Okay, cool. So as you can see, there's actually a whole bunch of different sites that are selling the exact same print. I can see here there's a whole bunch of different DHgate, Etsy. So people are definitely selling this. So basically that shows me that people are selling this product, and it's obviously selling because, well, there's tons of links for it. So that's got me interested now. So this is a product I would probably want to sell. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check really quickly on AliExpress, okay, because that's a very popular website where people go ahead and buy products like this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in dog shirt, the same thing as I did before, and I'm going to do it just for men's t-shirts because that's kind of what we were looking at before. And let's scroll through here and see what we can find. So there's a bunch of shirts here, and this is another good place for you guys to come and even look for other ideas too, guys. If let's say if you want to get into the dog niche, right? Because then you can look for products that people have sold a lot. So here's one, for example. This one has sold 1,781 products of this one. So as you can see, guys, that's a super popular. I would definitely add that to my list. Okay, that one's sold a lot. Let's see what else is sold here. Oh, well, look what we found here. The exact same shirt. Boom. Okay, guys, so basically here, what you can see then is this person is selling this exact same shirt. So this one has actually 70 reviews and 106 orders, so that's pretty good. Okay, so obviously there's interest for this shirt. And so you can see here, you can buy it for $9.59, $3 to ship it to the US. Okay, so you're looking at a grand total of like $13, okay, for you to be able to buy this shirt and ship it. Okay, and this person, I don't even know if they're not charging for shipping in this example, but some people do. They charge for shipping on top of it, okay? So that's another way to make an extra couple of dollars, right? So what you could do is you can knock down the price of this to make it look like a better deal, like say maybe $20, and then you charge like $10 shipping or something. I don't know. I'm just giving you guys ideas, right? Or give people promotions, whatever you want to do. But the point here is, though, is that you can see this guy is selling this shirt for $38, but they actually are buying it for $13. So they're making like 3 times the amount of money maybe about 3 times the amount of money that they're paying for the shirt by selling it like this on a Shopify store. Okay, and there's definitely interest. People are actually wanting to buy this shirt. So that's a perfect example. So then what I would do is I can create like a little website kind of like this, Shopify store, and instead of having a bunch of like different stuff here, you can make it specifically just for dogs, right? This guy has a whole bunch of different just graphic tees, but you can do it for dogs. Go here and look for things like this one, right? This one has sold 1,700, so people clearly love that shirt. I would look here for other products too that people maybe like. Let's see what other ones people like. This one has 215 orders, even though it's not dog related. This one has 22 orders, 44 orders, 25 orders, etc., etc., right? So there's ones that are going to be obviously more. 103 orders. There's the one that's probably more popular. So what I would do is I would just put a bunch of these shirts and put them on that site. Here's another one, $41. 41 orders, I should say. So as you can see, there's a whole bunch of different things that you can just go, keep scrolling through here, and you can create a website like this relatively easily, guys. It's almost drag and drop and just basically posting the stuff in here, and you can go ahead and do that. And so with the next step after this, guys, would basically be to create a Facebook ad, for example, right? And inside of Facebook, what's really cool is that you can actually target people who have shown to like dogs. People because they either liked videos that had dogs in them, they like dog dog pages or Facebook groups that have dogs in them, and so if you do that, then you know that you're basically targeting people who like dogs. And so chances are, if you tag somebody or target people through Facebook that people who like dogs, and you're showing them pictures or t-shirts of dogs, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to be able to make some sales. Yes or yes, right? So as you can see, guys, it does take a little bit more work for you to set this whole thing up. But you can see how much money you're potentially able to make, right? You could do buying a $13 shirt, selling it for $33. And the thing is that once you dial this in, guys, and you find your a really good market, you can be making multiple sales of this stuff a day. Okay, so you can be making multiple sales of a shirt or multiple shirts that you're selling every single day to a specific market. And the dog market is a huge example, right? Because there's so much opportunity there. But you can do the exact same for pretty much any niche. Okay, so that's how you're going to be able to make money now with this method. Cool. So now that you guys understand how you can make money using Shopify, right, and really, removing that competition and really just focusing in on those few products that are going to be key sellers for you, what you can then do is you can focus in on those products, and hopefully you're having a few sales coming in every single day from those products that you're selling, right? And because you're in full control of the traffic, right, you can really scale it up any way you want to, right? And hopefully have a few of those sales coming through, so you have basically regular income coming in. At that point, you should be making at least $100 a day, right? Just even from just those products alone. But now what you can do, guys, is that you can go ahead now and start focusing on other ways of being able to go ahead and scale up your business. And so one of the, I think a great way to be able to do that is using Instagram influencers, okay? So what I want to do is I want to actually kind of jump in and share with you guys, because it's a lot easier for you guys to kind of follow along if I actually just show you what I mean in terms of using Instagram and Instagram followers, right, to go ahead and actually promote products, and then you can go ahead and scale up from there. All right, so let's jump in. All right, guys. So now we're going to talk about the third way for you to be able to go ahead and make money online as a broke individual, and this is now with Instagram influencers. So really, this is kind of something like, I guess this is going to be more progressive at this point, though. Hopefully, you've gotten either your Shopify store going or your eBay stuff going, and you may be making some money. And now what you want to do basically is you want to be able to maybe scale that up to a whole new level. So what you're able to do is you're going to be able to leverage really where people are already at, right? And so, something where that you really wanted to pay attention to when you're working online, guys, is where are your potential customers hanging out? Where are they going to? And so in the example that I showed you before, right, when we were talking about like the dog shirt, right, let's say for example if you had those dog shirts, and let's say now you have like your store and you have things really dialed in, right, and so what you want to do is you maybe want to kind of scale that up. You want to maybe throw like a lot more people into it like all at once, as opposed to having to maybe run an ad or doing things like that. What you could do is you could leverage something like Instagram, right, and have Instagram influencers go ahead and throw you a whole bunch of traffic all at one time. So the way that this kind of works, guys, is that you're gonna have to pay for this, right, for this type of promotion or this type of engagement. But then hopefully the idea though is that every time you do this, though, you're gonna be making a decent amount of money right from the get-go, and you're gonna be good to go. So what I want to show you here, basically, guys, is you're gonna go into Instagram, right, and you can basically search through a hashtag. I looked up hashtag dog, right? And there's going to be a ton of them, right? Because there's going to be obviously, like, we there's tons of dog lovers out there. And what we're looking for is we're going to look for pages that have a lot of followers. So let's go ahead and maybe click on this guy. This guy is super cute. And so we're going to look at Insta Puppies. Okay, Insta Puppies is the channel. And so as we can see here, right, they have 291,000 followers. Okay, so that's a pretty decent amount of followers, right? And so we're going to be looking for pages basically that have a ton of followers, kind of like this, right? So this is obviously all about puppies. And so let's say if I had a shirt that was, maybe geared towards just puppies or something like that, right? Or it could just be dogs. Anybody who loves puppies loves dogs, right? And so what you can do is we can actually reach out to these guys, right? Maybe send them a direct message, or sometimes they have direct information. Actually, let's see if we can find one that has a direct information. Let's look if we can find another one. Maybe these guys here. Let's see where these guys are from. Golden Retrievers. Nope, they don't. But you usually will find one though somewhere around here. That's more for something else. Let's take a look at these guys. Pugs. Okay, cool. So there's one thing. Okay, so for example, these guys are obviously all about pugs. So let's say if we had a shirt that was about pugs, right? Then what we could do, guys, is we can go ahead and maybe reach out to these guys. They have their Facebook channel set up here, or you can send them a message. All you gotta do is click on on the three dots here and send. Or you can't do it on here because I'm on the desktop version. But if you were on mobile, right, you'd be able to send them a direct message, and you can go ahead and just reach out to them and say, hey, you know what? I'm so and so. I just wanted to kind of inquire, or just wanted to see if you'd be willing to or interested in maybe doing some sort of a collab or a sponsor post, right? Where basically you get to promote a product, right? And they charge you basically for suggesting stuff. So the way that it would work usually is that you either can create it for them, depending on the person, right, or depending on the channel. Some people will let you go ahead and create the post for them, or in some cases, what they'll do is they'll just share something like this, or they might even, or let's say for example, maybe you're able to go ahead and send them a shirt yourself, right? Maybe you pay for one and they get one for free, and maybe they have like a picture of like their pug wearing their shirt, or them wearing this pug shirt, or whatever the case is, right? And so basically what'll happen is that they then promote your page, or they promote your website or whatever for that sake of doing that, right? And if you can see, let's say 586,000 followers, I guarantee you, if someone were able to post, like if they were to gonna advertise your brand or whatever through one of these posts, right, you're getting 22.6 thousand people looking at a picture, 48.4, 41.2, 47.4, 29. So you're looking at like on average 25,000 plus people who are checking out these pictures every single day. Okay, guys. So if you go ahead and you have them, advertise your page, you're gonna be able to get 25,000 people, checking out that link to your page. Maybe not everyone's gonna go to your website, right? But let's say like a percentage of that goes to your website. That's a whole bunch of people. Let's say even 1,000 people that go. Let's say they go over to your website to check out your page. And if your page is all about dogs, and you have a few shirts there about pugs, right, and it was related to this, guess what? People are probably gonna check out your page, and if they like any of the stuff there enough, guess what? You just made some money. Okay, and so the idea is hopefully you're gonna be able to offset the costs, but now you have a whole bunch of people who have come to visit your website, and now what you can do is you can go ahead and continue to advertise to them, and if they buy stuff from you, even better, right? And so it's just a great way for you able to scale up relatively quickly. And when you have pages like this is a very engaged type of network, right? Because as you can see, a lot of people are commenting, a lot of people are talking about it, and so if they go ahead and they click on this, they click onto your website and they check your stuff out, then I guarantee you guys, you're gonna be able to make a lot of sales all up front, in a big way. So this is probably the third method that you want to do. You probably want to stick to the first two methods first, but you're gonna scale up to something like this, and you can basically just explode your business once you move on to a format like this. All right, guys, so those are my top 3 ways for you to be able to make $100 a day online as a broke individual. So like I said, if you're starting from, from ground zero, you're starting from with no money, then for sure you start off with the eBay method, because it's going to be the easiest way, and the way that you're not going to have to invest any of your own money really to get yourself going. Once you've gotten that going, then you can go ahead and focus on scaling up using the Shopify store. You can invest a little bit of money, maybe on Facebook ads, and doing that stuff, scaling it up so you're having regular sales coming in every single day, right? And then what you do, you just take that final step, you scale up using that Instagram follower method that I shared with you guys just a minute ago, right? And you can go ahead and really scale things up to a whole new level. So you're at that, by this point though, you're not going to be making just $100 a day, you'll be making probably a lot more. All right, guys. So hopefully this was really helpful for you. I'm really excited to hear about some of the results and some of the stuff you guys are testing out. So definitely leave me comments down below. And if you have any questions on any of these methods, by all means, leave me some comments down below. And while you're at it, make sure you give a like to the video if you found value in this, and subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be sharing with you guys a ton of other methods in terms of how to make money online. And just not only with these methods, but a whole bunch of other ones that you can go ahead and use to go ahead and scale up your income once you got a few dollars under your belt using some of these methods. All right, guys. So again, if you found value in the video, go ahead and subscribe, like the video, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.